Getting ready for the Plunderstorm Wowcast. I can't wait to try this in like an hour or something. Let's take a look. World of Warcraft Wowcast Plunderstorm. That's a sick logo too. Awesome.
Hey everyone, welcome to Wowcast. We have a very exciting topic today, and with me I have two special guests.
Hi, I'm Orlando Salvatore. I'm a lead software engineer on WoW.
What up,
Hi,
Orlando?
Bethany. Happy to be here. I'm Jeremy Fiesel. I'm
Hey,
Associate
Jeremy.
Game Director on WoW.
So, what is that black flag on the roadmap for 2024?
Everyone has been speculating nonstop what this is for the last many months. Like, everyone's been like, what's the black flag? What's the black flag? Guys, it's Plunderstorm, and it's not retail only, by the way. Anyone can play. If you have a WoW sub, anyone can play. So like Classic Andes, it's Poggers.
So when we were thinking about what we wanted to deliver to the players in 2024, what we ended up landing on was that we wanted to do something a little bit different than the things that we did previously in Dragonflight. So that's what we're here to talk about today. It's a brand new event, and we're calling it Plunderstorm.
Okay.
It is a pirate-themed, battle royale-inspired event that takes place entirely within World of Warcraft and is available for all active WoW subscribers. All that said, what do we feel like is like the 3 sentences that encapsulates the coolest parts about it?
So, Plunderstorm is World of Warcraft's take on a battle royale. It's an action-oriented game that lets you customize your build and basically your class every single match.
Dude.
You'll be able to start collecting abilities through chests and by killing monsters, even killing other players.
Dude.
All while trying to avoid a collapsing storm that is pushing players together. Whoever is the last team standing ends up winning. And you don't need to go through a quest line, you don't need to go through any previous content to be able to access this. This is immediately accessible for anybody who's an active WoW player.
Dude.
We expect even the most casual player to be getting tons of plunder and tons of rewards every day. You might even say that the first minute or two are really a little bit more on the PvE side of things, where you're out fighting monsters, you're collecting a new set of abilities, and there isn't a huge amount of PvP combat until later on in the match. And I think it's important that that's like the core of the game is the plundering, getting out and
I have to pause. There's so many W's. Let's just take a breather. 1, the accessibility. Anyone can play just by pressing Q. WoW is finally brought into the current era of video gaming. Like, you can just play the game instantly. Now, Warcraft on the BR genre, maybe a little late, okay, it's 2024, but finally to have a Warcraft BR, just insanely massive W. People are speculating it's potentially the Spellbreak devs. Maybe. Probably. Maybe. What else? The storm coming in just forces sick action. Dude, oh my gosh. This just looks so insanely fun to me.
Collecting chests and collecting items. You don't have to be the last person standing on the map in order to get a whole bunch of rewards.
Okay.
Even just by dropping into the map and completing your starter quest,
Okay,
it
we're
gives
going
you
for the
a
wins,
bunch
though.
of rewards just for doing the usual things you would do for the first couple of minutes. And so no matter what, you should exit that map with a bunch of plunder, even if you're not the last person standing. So as we were thinking about what the best framework for this would be, it just came to us that, hey, it should actually be an event that feels like it's a little bit outside of the main system. So we've talked and we riffed about, hey, what would be the best theme for an event like that? We landed on pirates.
Who doesn't love pirates?
Because who doesn't love pirates? It's a
I love
fun theme,
pirates.
but also there's all these different pirate crews around Azeroth, and you've got to ask yourself the question, if you're not the hero of Azeroth, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis? So we're gonna actually track some of our civilian NPC friends and play as those characters as one of the pirate crews within Azeroth that isn't the hero of Azeroth. All of that came together to give us this theme of Kegleg's crew and the pirate crew, plundering these relics that are being transported across the Highlands.
What will players see when they jump into this new event?
When players enter this new event, they're going to notice that a lot of their core things that they're used to.
What I like is like every game is going to be a slightly different experience depending on what you find and plunder throughout the game. What's nice about that is the replayability becomes really high, because every time you drop in, you like build a new class, so to speak, based on what you actually find. So you're not necessarily going to be optimal every game, but you're going to be a little bit different every game, and that's just like, that's exciting. That's really exciting.
World of Warcraft are different. When they get into the main menu, they'll have a brand new option available to them, which is the Plunderstorm button. They click on that, that takes them to a separate menu which shows their character and their friends list, and they'll be able to invite players to their party all through the main menu.
Okay.
Normally you need to go into the game to invite another player into your party, but through Plunderstorm, you're actually inviting them through the main menu.
Sick.
Once you're partied up, or if you want to go in solo, you queue up and load into a match. When you load into a match, you'll notice that you're invited into a pre-game lobby area where you're able to try out new abilities and try out different mechanics that exist within Plunderstorm.
So one of the coolest things about designing Plunderstorm has been just figuring out where we can break the rules in World of Warcraft. TLDR, when you're thinking about changing up things that dramatically, it no longer made a huge amount of sense for your main character and everything associated with that character. All of your armor sets and all of the weapons and everything that you've collected over the years in your battle pets and your 36 different abilities doesn't necessarily translate directly into this game mode. We wanted to start fresh and do crazy new abilities.
So, as Jeremy mentioned, there's going to be brand new abilities that normally you wouldn't see on classes or characters in there. Because when you're thinking about developing a warrior ability, you want it to feel very warrior-esque. Or you're developing a mage ability, you want it to feel mage-esque. Well, this, you don't have a class. You're actually going to be building a brand new kit every single time you're going into a match. And your builds may vary match to match.
Hold on, let's pause this.
You're going to be building a brand new kit every single time you're going into.
Okay, so we have R, we have T, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5. We have our health here. We have our target's health here. We have the storm converges in 22 seconds here on the right. We have the mini map. We have a party member. We have PvE. Okay, we have world quests, presumably for some rewards middle of the game. Okay, this looks really cool. And then presumably you pick up spells. Number 4, there is no spell yet to pick up, so it's just kind of empty until you find something throughout the map to actually pick up.
Match. And your builds may vary match to match because it all depends on what drops for you.
Right, that's what's so cool. Okay.
Even things like auto attack doesn't work like how it works normally in WoW. It's going to be an active ability that you're constantly using to attack enemies. One thing that's just baked into your experience is that you're going to have a health pot that's always persistent. And we've slimmed down the UI compared to what World of Warcraft normally is. You may be used to the 12 buttons on your main action bar, and then you have a bunch of other action bars you can enable. Well, this actually only has 7 total buttons that you can press on an action bar.
I think it's good.
When you loot an item, it doesn't go to your bag. You don't have a separate frame that you're opening. Everything gets put directly onto your action bars, and then from there, that's also your spells. So you'll be able to cast spells, drop abilities, pick up abilities, all to one.
I think if you're gonna make a BR, simplification is really important. Think Fortnite, think Spellbreak. Like, you can't just have incredible complexity because you want people to be able to log in, press Q, get the spells on their action bars and have it make sense in a really cohesive way. And if things are too complicated, it's not gonna hit critical mass, right? Like, having it so you can just log in, play the game, drag to your action bar, I think is also a massive W.
Singular action bar without needing to manage anything else. So we've really streamlined and simplified the experience.
That whole thing, I think, ends up feeling just wildly different than the way World of Warcraft plays right now. Not only is it action-oriented combat, but you're grabbing your abilities from the ground and then putting them on your bar. You can swap the 4 different abilities as you find new and cool things, or that you find certain synergies that work really well together.
Sick,
and then there's different rarities to the abilities too. So you can get everything from uncommon, rare, all the way up to epic levels of these abilities. You get higher level abilities as you progress in the match, but you may also just get one really early in the match, get super lucked out, and you get epic fire whirl right at the very beginning, and then you can go and wreck some people. And that's one of the things I think that makes it super replayable. Not only do you get a kit of abilities that are always going to feel different in every match, but also how the power curve changes is also going to feel pretty different.
Bro, guys, I'm sorry. I am just straight nerding out here, man. Like I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for like a new game mode like this. I am straight nerding on this. Oh my god.
Yeah, we've experimented around with a lot of different spells and abilities, things that normally we couldn't do in World of Warcraft, and that's intentional as well. We want to make sure that when we're coming up with these brand new abilities, that they feel fresh, they feel awesome to press. It's not just about the min-max, but sometimes it's about the impact, oh man, I'm using an ability and this is just the most awesome ability I've ever seen. That's the type of stuff we want to inspire players to kind of jump into the next match and find even more cool stuff.
And you can strategize. One of the reasons why I like playing duos is because it almost feels like you get twice as many abilities, and you can strategize. You're going to be the fire pirate, and I'm going to be the Arcanosphere pirate.
So do solo players and duo players play together?
So the way it works is we have all duos in a match and all solos in a match. Duos, you can also, pre-form a party with a friend and be able to get into the match with them as well.
I think that it would end up being a little unfair to have solo players on the battlefield with duo players, because duo players are coordinating, they're coordinating their spells and abilities. We made it really easy to use the ping system in game so that it's really easy for you to communicate even if you're not talking with your partner. So they would already have an advantage, and we wouldn't want to disadvantage our solo player like that. I think that duos also has the revive mechanic too, which is super cool, especially if you're a player that dies first, like I tend to.
Me too. We shouldn't be on the same team.
Revive you.
Well, no, that would be good.
All right, so if I play with Peekaboo, I should definitely get the revive ability so that when he dies, I can pick him back up, so we can continue playing the game in duos. Okay.
So if your partner dies, you are able to revive them, but you're not reviving them the normal way you would revive a player in WoW. So you don't need to press any extra buttons or collect any spells or items that do this. This is actually just something that is kind of baked into the experience, that if you die, you'll have a ring around you, your partner can stand on you, and then you'll get revived and able to play the game again.
Oh, cool.
Normally in World of Warcraft, when your character dies, you're looking at your character's corpse and seeing a release button on there. Well, with Plunderstorm, we knew that you wouldn't be able to release. So what are you going to be doing, looking at your corpse the whole time? Well, the engineers, got together and they decided, hey, let's add spectating mode to this. So once you die, you can actually spectate your teammate until you're either revived or, unfortunately, you're eliminated. And then once your team is eliminated, you can spectate anybody on the entire map.
Okay.
So we wanted to really make sure that we're kind of introducing new things in WoW that normally wouldn't exist in, Dragonflight or in Classic or another variation of WoW, and make this pretty unique to Plunderstorm. There's other things that we kind of broke the rules on too, which was there's no fall damage.
And everyone can double jump.
Everyone can double jump.
Double jump for everyone. How do I feel about that? I feel like the mobility you gain from double jump might feel really fun in a game mode like this. Like, everyone's a demon hunter, and the fact that you can just like move and traverse the map really interestingly. I think it actually, I'll have to play it and see, but I think that's actually kind of a W. I think that's kind of cool.
And
just things that we thought were fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
These are things that we can't do in World of Warcraft, and that's intentional because that's built around a very different experience. But here we said, well, we love WoW's combat, but we want to change up how you interact with WoW's combat. And we wanted to not only make it different for fighting other players, but also fighting monsters. All the monsters have a different type of abilities that they're going to be able to attack you with. These aren't your normal just auto attack abilities whenever a mob gets on you. These are going to be actually telegraphed abilities that you're going to see cast in front of the monster and be able to sidestep it. So there's actual mechanics tied to all of the monsters that are in the match as well.
Like, everything has become kind of more action-oriented combat, and that's one of the things we can accomplish when it's all encapsulated within an event.
On top of that, I think a really cool part of this mode is that there's multiple layers of how you play it. So there's not only the spell acquisition, which we talked about, but also you're leveling through this experience as well. You're getting more health, and you want to get that so that you hopefully by the end of the match have enough level under your belt and enough items under your belt that you can come out on top.
Yeah.
I want to know, what rewards can I get from Plunderstorm? Because I'm a huge collector, and there's got to be something cool. It's plunder after all.
Oh yeah, no, we've got a ton of rewards, a ton of intentionally pirate-themed rewards coming your way in Plunderstorm. There's 40 renown levels that you can get with Kegleg's crew, which seems like a lot, but you're going to zip through them pretty quickly. We want this to feel super, super rewarding, so expect to get a renown level, every 4 or 5 matches, at least a renown level a day for even your casual gamer. Every renown level that you level up has a reward associated with it. Everything that you unlock in this mode is also going to unlock in your transmog set for all of your main World of Warcraft characters. And then there's a couple of classic rewards in there as well. If you're a World of Warcraft classic player, you can get a pet and a mount from this.
Is there anything you're doing to make
that's a mount in classic? That's kind of crazy. Okay.
fair for all players?
What the heck?
One of the things we started discussing early on was whether or not we would support add-ons or try to put the majority of the information players were looking for in the game world and in the mode.
Yeah, World of Warcraft players are some of the smartest players in the world, and
I'd have to agree with that.
Super excited for our players to check this out. One thing that we knew, though, is that we wanted a level playing field for all players to be able to play with. Third-party add-ons are awesome, and they're super cool to see, and what the community comes up with is amazing. But for this, we really wanted everybody to have the same exact experience, which also made it challenging to make the event as well, because we need to make everything super obvious. When you're casting spells or you're attacking enemies, those things, you know, we won't have any assistance from any other add-ons. So
Can I get a W in the chat, boys? There is no add-ons allowed in Plunderstorm. Let's go. What a design decision. Whoever at Blizzard thought up of that, please give them a promotion. That's incredible. Are you kidding me? That is so good for a PvP mode, chat. Do you understand how big of a W this is? Oh my gosh. That is massive. Like, one of the biggest problems with the retail experience is that you can just download add-ons and add-ons and add-ons and add-ons that kind of just ping you whenever someone's doing anything, and then all of a sudden you're not even playing the same game as your opponent. And then from a viewability standpoint, from a spectator, it doesn't become a very good spectating sport at all, because nobody can understand what's going on because everyone has a different subset of add-ons. With this, all of a sudden you have a situation where when someone's spectating it, it's just like League of Legends or Counter-Strike or Valorant, where you have a set standardized UI and no one has an upper leg, so to speak, on the playing field. Everyone's more balanced out with just a standardized gaming experience. For an esport, which maybe I'm getting ahead of myself there, but hey, let's look towards the future, right? If we're gonna have the conversation, let's have the conversation. For an esport, that's pretty mandatory, right? And that's been the conversation for the last year or 2 or 3 or 4 in the WoW esports scene of like, how do we move forward with a situation where add-ons are really crippling the environment, right? This is massive. This is massive for the game mode.
We need to make the game really streamlined and approachable in that way.
We've really spent extra time iterating on the UI and the UX, the visual effects in game to make sure everything is as clear as possible.
Is Plunderstorm a reoccurring event?
You know, we're really looking forward to seeing what players think of this event. It's a brand new thing for us. It's super unique and cool and different. And depending on player feedback, we will see what the future of Plunderstorm looks like. We would love to bring it back in some form. If you
Dude, it's not going to be here forever.
like Plunderstorm, you know, please get on the forums, please get on social media, let us know what you think, let us know what you would like to see in a future iteration of it. I think importantly, now that we've got all this great backbone tech set up for creating these sort of in-game events, we can definitely look forward to making more in the future. So let us know what you think.
Bro, it's going away, man. No, like this, everything looks so good except the fact that it might be gone. Oh my gosh. You think it's a beta mode? They're going to come out with a standalone game? Maybe. BRs are lame. Someone ban that guy. Maybe if it gets good feedback. Okay, hopefully it doesn't suck and enough of us play that it stays here forever. Hopefully it's gonna be good.
Feedback is super important for us. It's actually something that we take very seriously, not only externally but also internally. And we want to make sure this is a fun experience. So just like Jeremy said, get on the forums, get on social media. Let us know what you think.
I am so excited to play Plunderstorm, and I'm sure all of you are as well. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Bethany. It was great to be here, and we will see you in the Plunderstorm.
Oh my gosh, see you guys next time.
Okay, nice. All right, there it is, guys. Okay, so it seems like you queue from World of Warcraft. Okay, there's so many things to cover here, and this just is such a massive W. You queue from Dragonflight as a client. Whoever thought of that from Blizzard is actually brilliant. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this was intentional. This must have been intentional. So to play the game mode, Plunderstorm, you have to download Dragonflight. And if you're already downloading Dragonflight, you go to your character list. And if you go to your character list, then you're going to want to log into Dragonflight. And if you go into your character list and play Plunderstorm and then you get rewards, you might as well log in and see what the rewards are. They're trying to wrap players back into retail, right? It's really, really smart. But I feel like there's so many W's that Plunderstorm... I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to see what the gameplay feels like. Maybe the gameplay feels terrible. Maybe the gameplay feels incredible. But I feel like where my mind is going to is like, bro, this could be more fun than a lot of the things in retail, or more fun, period. Like, this could just be insane. Like, it just seems so fun. This seems absolutely nuts. But, yeah, I don't know. So it's limited time. Why are they doing it limited time? Maybe to create hype and, like, if people don't like it, they can just say, okay, it's gone now. If people love it, they can keep it around. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a test. It's just kind of, they're trying to figure it out. Bingo. Yeah, so basically it's a proof of concept. Yeah, if it sucks and people don't like it, they can be like, well, thanks for playing our limited time event. And if it's the best thing ever and everyone's just purely addicted and it like becomes bigger than like any freaking thing ever that Blizzard's launched, then it's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna make it a standalone experience or something. And it's kind of just like a 1-2 skidoo. Yeah, we'll see. Kind of like SOD. Yeah. Wow, this is really cool. So Blizzard tests out Classic Plus. Now they're testing out WoW BRs. Guys, I have to say it, man. Blizzard is racking up like too many W's lately. Like it's actually kind of concerning. It's just it's kind of insane. When are you playing it? Well, it comes out when the servers are up, I think. Which hopefully, like, we're just gonna keep alt tabbing and keep checking and keep Twitch priming and we'll see if it'll come up. Yeah. Was this what your meeting was for? I'm not allowed to say. So I never. Yeah. Can't say a thing. All right, I'm so excited for this, guys. Like, I'm actually so excited. I just can't wait. I just think it's gonna be amazing. Helen Keller, thanks for the Prime, welcome in. Goonboy, thanks for the 2-1, welcome in. Alpha Core, thanks for the 2-1, welcome in. Shitty McDiddy, thanks for the Twitch Prime, welcome in. Suavo, thanks for the gifted 2-1, welcome in. Marcus, thanks for the Prime, 7 months, welcome in. To me, at the end of the day, it all comes down to the gameplay. If the gameplay sucks, then the game mode will suck. If the gameplay is fun, then the game mode's gonna be a blast. And I mean, gameplay first, right? Yeah, gameplay first. Gameplay first. Is there any gameplay footage, speaking of? Yo, Bobbin, thanks for the tier 1. Feel paw over, thanks for the Prime. You don't need gear? Mitch. Plunderstorm. Poggers. Is it time for the Mitch Jones return? I was thinking about you this morning, and I'm like, if this doesn't get Mitch back, nothing will. Like, this is time for Mitch to return. Lamira, thanks for the tier 1 6 months. It's totally a separate game to retail. Yes, but it's played from the retail client, and I think the reason they did that is because they want to like pre-bait players to download Dragonflight and download retail, look at their old character screen, and then play Plunder. Like, they want you. It's like getting a bunch of addicts back into like the retail experience, right? Is it free? You need a WoW sub to play, but I don't think you need anything else in terms of like buying Dragonflight or a standalone game purchase. Let's go. I'm so hyped. Guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hyped are you guys? Like, I don't think I've been this hyped out of like from anything in recent years. Like, this is nuts. I see a lot of 10s. I see a lot of 8s. I see a lot of 0s. I see a lot of 3s. I see a lot of 5s. I see a lot of 4s. So it's like all over the place. It's literally all over the place. What's this? Shiver Me Timbers. Make ready for the incoming Plunderstorm launch trailer. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at some of this stuff. Let's take a look at some of this stuff. Cool. Actually, we haven't even seen the launch trailer. Let's take a look at that. Volume check. Holy crap, boys. Okay, let's take a look at the launch trailer. World of Warcraft Plunderstorm launch trailer. Here we go, boys.
Ahoy there! Hope you're ready for a bit. Ahoy there! Hope you're ready for a bit of plundering fun. All hands on deck.
That's today, March 19th, baby.
Time to see what ye sea dogs are made of.
Magic. Oh, come on, give me deep freeze. Can you imagine Peekaboo trying to play this game mode, man? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
There be treasure awaiting.
Hi. Oh my
Plunder and
gosh.
adventure's about to begin.
Bro, they had to. They had to, man. Oh my gosh. Nice. Nice. They absolutely had to. Panda this. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, yes, Plunderstorm's launching today. We don't learn much from the trailer. A lot of people in the chat are asking what this is about. It's a World of Warcraft inspired battle royale, 60 players on a map. I think the games are like 10 to 15 minutes long. Storms coming in just like a traditional BR. You kill mobs to get spells that you put on your action bar, and you can use those spells to attack other mobs, and you can rank them up by getting the same spell or different ranks of that spell, or you can kill other players, of course, and you know, or you can get killed and whatever. And then there's a spectate mode and everything. And then, yeah, it's basically like a World of Warcraft inspired battle royale. I feel like I've been wanting this since like 2017. Like right when Fortnite came out, it was like, oh my gosh, this is sick. This is sick. Do you get gear when you drop? I have no idea about gear. I don't think we've seen anything about gear. Do you queue for it? Yeah, you don't have, there's no like startup or anything. You just press Q and you're just in a game. Hopefully fast queues. Omega lol. Well, there's no healer issue, right? Like with solo shuffle, so there probably will be fast queues. Do you need Dragonflight? No. Am I gonna need weak aura and add-ons? No add-ons allowed. No weak auras, no add-ons, standardized UI, you just play the game. Massive W. Am I gonna try it today? Yeah, it's pretty much all we're gonna be playing. Yep. I'm gonna try my best to get as good as possible at this game. I can't wait to just no life it, man. We will have 7 buttons only. That's a W. Yep. Just W's on W's on W's. When is it dropping? Any second now. It's dropping right when the servers come up, and that should be like any second. Yeah.